Yeah, name, title, how long you've been at PAE.
My name is Colin Urban. I'm an M1 mechanical engineer, and I've been at PAE for about a year and a half.
So I'm Maddie. I'm an M1 at PAE, and I've been here for about 7 months now.
PAE has been using HVACR for approximately 8 months now.
Yeah.
How many projects do you have in HVAC? Ballpark, any guesses?
50? 100?
114.
114? All right.
114 projects. You guys are crushing it. What kinds of projects are you designing in HVACR?
All kinds. I'm working on a high school right now. That's the biggest project I've been working on. I worked on a police station, worked on a couple of medical office buildings, and another smaller elementary school. And I think a high-rise kind of office space area. So just like, I've done a lot.
What were you using before?
A mix of IES and our RTS Excel spreadsheet.
Now you're on HVACR. How difficult was it to learn HVACR?
It was pretty easy. It was honestly really easy. I think after the first intro that you gave us, and then just kind of playing around with it and doing the first couple projects, you learn it really quickly. You pick it up really quickly.
Yeah.
And it's just becomes really intuitive to use.
I think as someone who's completely new to the industry and learning loads as I'm going, I felt like it was pretty fast. And when I would get more loads projects coming in, I felt confident each time that I could take it on and kind of like learn as I go. So I didn't think that the learning curve was too bad, honestly, especially compared to some other softwares that we use here.
And what were some of the things about HVACR that might be particularly helpful for a young engineer?
Yeah, I think as I'm new to the industry, like I need to learn the basis of design and HVAC. And so a lot of the technical aspects I've been able to kind of just go in, explore the software, see what's linked, look at the codes that are linked in there, and kind of just get familiar with what I'm actually going to be doing in this industry. And it's all laid out in a very digestible way that I felt like I could get information that I needed, and I was definitely learning along the way.
So what benefits are you seeing after switching to HVACR?
It's just easier. It's more efficient to use. I can also use my leads time more efficiently. Like we can just review online exactly what I'm looking at. Like, hey, and they're like, edit a few spaces, edit these populations, or edit space types. We can do it live and they can see it on their end. And it's so much easier to save things and kind of modify things and then print out the results a lot quicker. Everything is just like a lot faster and more efficient.
Okay, got it. So not even just like doing the thing itself, but the whole structure around it is just easier to navigate. Yeah, the whole environment.
Yeah.
I think, when you get loads, you're kind of, whatever phase of the project, you're kind of almost starting clean. And so it kind of feels like you're, kind of starting at the beginning. And so you can work with your leads, figure out what needs to be done, and kind of create that backbone of what the project's actually going to look like going forward. And so, yeah, I think, when I present data to the lead, I'm able to go in, show them what I did, walk it through step by step, which I think is really helpful in the software, that you can just go systematically and they can look at it and digest it as well. And so I think it's helped me just be able to present what I'm actually doing, and then they can take it and do what they need to do with it.
If you were to, easier, faster, more efficient, if you were to try and quantify that, like ballpark, what kind of numbers and time savings, or how would you compare it to your previous workflow?
I think the biggest difference is like any little modification I have to do is like, it takes me maybe 10-20% of the time on HVAC. So just drawing in all the geometry, to me, doesn't take that long, and assigning zones, comparing it to not RTS, IES, I think it's maybe 3 to 4 times faster.
Sounds like the first thing that jumped out was revisions. Like that was your first thought, was revisions are just way easier.
Well, I was just thinking, like, because IES, like, remember if you want to make a revision, just the amount of like hoopla you have to go through to like change one little thing and then export the different files and save the different files, different folders, and it's a lot more of a hassle. Versus this is exactly how it should be.
Do you feel like the interface facilitates a lot of transparency, that it's pretty clear what the inputs are and how they lead to the outputs that you're getting?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that the results there's a lot of information there, but I think it's good because it's still broken out in the way that, you can look at one space and see what's maybe driving the loads. You can see if there's any flags that are raised kind of just by looking at the 1-page PDF or 2-page PDF that it's given per space.
Do you ever turn on your load results on the spaces so you can see them labeled?
Yeah, I do. And I also, like, if I present data to a lead, sometimes I'll just export a sheet that has a floor plan laid out, just because, again, it's an easy thing to do and it helps them just, go space by space and be able to figure out if it looks good. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'll just, toggle on a couple of those and then print it and send it out.
Yeah. So what she's describing is looking at your floor plans and your spaces, you can turn on cooling and heating loads and some checksums to see on the label right there on your spaces, and just export that as a PDF, right? So
Yep.
you're sending them basically a load map, essentially. How would you say it benefits the larger team?
I just think that the fact that it's not isolated, right? Like anyone on the team can go and view the link, your HVACR link, and be like, hey, let me see what you did for this space, and let me see the geometry on my own time, right? You don't have to like send a weird file link or send this and send that. Like it's easier to collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a really big project and I need other people to help me on it, I can just invite, hey Maddie, can you work on this with me? Hey Sebastian, can you work on this with me and help me out? And it's a lot easier to work together as a team on it,
Mm-hmm.
versus the other softwares. You feel like, hey, it's all on you. It's a lot harder to get help, or you can get help, but it takes a lot longer, and you feel much more isolated. Versus HVACR, yeah, you're still doing a lot on your own. But it's a lot easier to just be like, hey, can you take a look at this real quick?
Yeah.
Even though someone doesn't have a HVACR experience, it lays it out in a way that's like, here's the numbers, like here's what it's talking about, like here's what the culprit could be. So it's a lot easier just to like manage that part of it.
Sure. You can get help the other way. It's just kind of a pain to get somebody on board
It is.
and like clued in. And this is just, you just invite them, right?
Yeah.
And they're in. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite feature?
I would say I'm a visual learner. And so I think like HVACR is a very visual learner friendly software. I think that's really helped me just kind of understand where I'm at each point that I'm working on. And so I think just even like color coding the zones helps me figure out, okay, I have this block of zones done. I still need to do these. And then I put those in a color. So yeah, I just think it's laid out very well for someone like me.
I don't know if a favorite feature. I just generally like how easy to use it is, and how there's not a lot of areas where I feel like it's a real struggle to get it to do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Like creating geometry is pretty easy. Assigning the zones is really easy. I don't know if I have a favorite feature, but I just enjoy the ease of use of it, and just like it just makes sense. I do like the fact that it saves on its own. I don't have to worry about it crashing all the time, or if it doesn't really bog down too much. It saves and it goes. I don't have to worry about it. I can open a bunch of different projects up at once and compare them and stuff. I don't have to have hopefully the other softwares hopefully they don't crash and stuff.
Yeah.
But HVAC I don't have that problem with because it's all online, and so it's just I can have a bunch of it running at once, which is really nice.
So you're just talking like the whole user interface in general.
It's just easy to use.
Yeah. If you had to pick kind of one aspect about HVACR as what you find as the most valuable thing, either for you or for your team, what would that be?
I think the way that that you can check the results. So once you have everything done and you're ready to, see what it looks like, it's really easy for me to see this space looks correct or if this zone makes sense with the system. So I think it's a very efficient way for me to check if it makes sense, if maybe something's wrong. So I think that actually like being able to go in and analyze the results has been a good addition to the software.
All right.
Yeah.
Easy to review.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Ease of use, ease of review.
HVAC is really easy to use, and it can tell me whatever information I want about any space. So it's just like that combo right there is really nice to use.
Yeah. Well, you hit on something because people talk about, ease of use, you want it to be easy to use, but that actually creates for more transparency in the program. Like you said, it's actually easy to understand, and it's a byproduct of making something easy to use too. It's also easy to review, understand those things, right? What's your experience with HVAC support been like?
It's been good. Yeah, it's quick. I have a question and then I get a call, within the hour. So yeah, really, really good customer service there.
Do you use the chat for support?
I haven't, no.
Okay, you gotta start trying that out too.
I will.
It's been really good. I think every time I sent a question, it's been a same-day response, if not within the same couple hours. And if it was at the end of the day, it was like first thing the next morning. And they were good responses. And what I appreciate about the HVAC support is that at a couple of times where had videos sent to me on like walking through, hey, checking on my own project, checking individual things and looking at it and kind of doing a deeper review than what I would have done. And like I appreciate that level of support. Or I could have missed something, or hey, if I'm seeing the right things, you're seeing the right things, okay, let me check something else, right?
What would you like to see in the future from HVACR?
It can do okay right now, but maybe it could be better for some of the AI stuff, or some of the automated stuff, and that's the dividing and labeling all the spaces.
I think, yeah, the AI aspects have been great. Once that's squared away, I think that'll help the efficiency a lot. I can see that definitely minimize the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Message received. Yeah, that is our priority number one right now. And I'll show you guys after this what this new version can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great software to learn on. I'm on the loads team, and so I do get excited when a loads project comes in and kind of try to grab it if I have time. So it's been great to just advance some of my technical knowledge and be a part of using the software.
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I really like the tool. Like before, when someone asked me to do loads on RTS, there's usually IESO because they are more detailed. I was always like, oh man, I don't really want to do that. Like I did it, but I was like, I didn't really want to do that. But now with HVACR, it's like I welcome it, right? Because it's something I'm very comfortable with using now, and it's like I don't mind doing the loads because but they're compared to some of the other load softwares we have used, it's just a lot smoother and it's a lot easier to do.
Thanks, Colin.
Absolutely, yeah, thank you.